Hello and welcome to another episode of the With the English pod, talking all things basketball, mainly NBA. We've got a special guest in the studio with us here today, Guy Matt or NBA Live. Welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Also in the studio today, we've got my boy D-Boy.
What's happening, bro?
And my boy Ash.
What's up, people? Back for another week.
Yeah. As I always like to start, good week, everyone.
Decent week. Decent week.
Yeah.
I'm not doing too bad, in the fantasy, you get me? Decent.
Just about, bro. You're still
Just-
you're still 0-3.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing too bad this week, so I'm not too angry,
We'll get to fantasy later anyway.
Yeah, good week, man. Good week.
That's good. I've had a good week myself, apart from being bumped in the fantasy, but we'll get to that. Matt, as I said, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Just for our viewers and our listeners, do you want to give us a little introduction about who you actually are now?
Matthew Bryan Amaning, 12-year NBA pro. Professional basketball player, not NBA, sorry. I apologize. But yeah, 12-year basketball pro, born and raised South London. Just
Cool.
played a little basketball growing up and decided to run with it.
So I was going to ask, how did you
That sounds hella modest, though.
Yeah.
When they played a little basketball.
We'll get there though. I was going to ask, what, obviously born in South London, generally people go the football route, you know? What made you go into basketball?
For me, it was I had an older brother. He played football. He's like 7, 8 years older than me. Played football growing up and stuff. Wasn't really into it. Wanted to do something different. Ended up speaking to my mum at the age of, he was like 12 or 13. Wanted to do something different. Ended up finding basketball. So she took him down to Brixton Top Cats. To their session, and obviously the first session going in, she sees that there's a kids group. I'm only about 4 or 5 years old. Join in, and like from day one was just in love with it.
Oh, okay. Brixton Top Cats gets mentioned again.
Yeah, trust me.
Pull your mic closer.
It sounds like it's the way in to basketball, especially in London.
South London.
South London.
Yeah. Well, between them and back then it was London Towers, so Crystal Palace and stuff like that. Cool. But yeah, Brixton.
Okay, cool. And obviously you're a pro basketball player, so any interesting teams that you've played for that viewers should know about?
It's more like where haven't I played?
Okay. Okay.
Nah, like my journey's been all over the place. Once I went to high school in the States. Went to South Kent Prep School. We were a top 5 team in the country.
What city is that in?
Huh?
What city is that in?
It's in Connecticut.
Is that Boston?
Connecticut. So it was there. I was there for 3 years after. So I left after my GCSEs. Went to Connecticut. Was there for 3 years. One of the top ranked schools in the country. Had a couple future NBA players that I played with on that team. Then went to University of Washington over in Seattle, Washington. Was there for 4 years. Again, played with and against a whole bunch of future NBA players and stuff like that. And then as a pro, I've literally been Europe, Asia, Middle East, Africa, South America. Like I played all over.
Where was your favourite place to play basketball?
Okay. For what?
Playing basketball.
Playing
Might
basketball.
be chocolate seat.
Like league wise and stuff. My first year actually in Turkey was really good. It was the year of the NBA lockout to 2011-12 season. Okay. So like the league was basically, I would say, the best league in the world. Obviously, you would say outside the NBA, but obviously the NBA wasn't running. Like domestically anyway.
Okay.
We had our top 8 teams was playing in either EuroLeague, Euro Challenge, and Euro Cup. I think it was back then, which were the 3 main international leagues. And then, like you said, Chocolate City. I just finished last season playing in the BAL Basketball Africa League. Loved it. The fandom.
Is that where J. Cole and that went to play?
Yeah.
So he played the first edition, I think it was, first or second edition. So this was the 3rd year. They're starting season 4 up in the new year. So be interested. But it was amazing. I'm not going to lie. Like culture, I was living there obviously for I was in Dakar, Senegal. Okay. But I was living there for 5 months, 5, 6 months. So it was beautiful to see.
That's crazy. I was gonna say, speak to the mind frame of like a young 16-year-old guy going to America that young, being dropped in the middle of a monster. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you had skills. Like, what was the mind frame like? Just being in that environment, knowing that obviously these guys have been playing ball in a particular culture, particular environment. You've come from South London, Top Cats. What was that? Was it a culture shock? What was that like for you?
For them, it's a dog eat dog world.
Yeah.
You know, like most of the man them out there, they're like, if they ain't hooping or if they're not getting scholarships, because most of them, it's not even about getting to the NBA at that age. It's more so like getting to uni, because they're like the first person in their family to get into uni or whatever it may be. But obviously at that age, and in the States, you're paying for uni. So it's like, if you haven't got a scholarship, you ain't going. You know what I mean? So, but I feel like being from urban South London, you kind of live the same type of environment. You know what I mean? Man, them that you grow up with, like obviously my route was to go to the States. Yeah. But you know, man, them that are still grinding, hustling, trying to, you know, not be on the streets or not selling on the streets or doing whatever it may be. You know what I mean? You're trying to get out of that mind frame mindset. So for me, it was like going into a situation where everybody's probably thinking, yeah, he's a little rich little London boy or something. But it's like,
tea and
it's a
biscuits.
different, you know what I mean? It's a different kind of grind, a different kind of culture. But like, I'm not gonna lie, like when I first got over there at 16, like I was very quiet. I was more timid, more reserved. Yeah. And I feel like my coach playing basketball kind of got me out of that kind of mindset, mind frame. And like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, like I made a bigger noise than I expected to make. So like I went home, like I went over there 2004, I guess it was, summer, end of summer, gone into prep school. But because I said it was such a big school and such like well known and good athletes, that we had Andre Blatch on my team. Oh yeah, so he went from literally being one of my teammates to first, second round draft pick, whatever he was, ended up being. But everybody in the country is now watching, has eyes on me. So I didn't play much. Like my first year, I'm only 16. Where at prep school, you were playing up to guys like 19, 20 years old. So I'm playing against grown ass men as a kid. So like, for me, it was just, I didn't think I was doing too much. I was just, you know, playing spot minutes here, there, probably played maybe 8-10 minutes a game. But because I could hold my own, by the time I came home at Christmas for Christmas break, I was ranked in my high school class, like top 30.
Crazy.
And I think that was more of a confidence booster, like, yeah, I'm supposed to be here, I can do this, I can play at this level. And that's kind of how it sat for me with my mentality. And anybody that's known me from that age basketball was my thing. Like, you couldn't tell me. Like, I would get teased in school for doing this or doing that, man, them doing whatever. I'm like, I'm playing basketball, I don't care less. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, my mum always jokes around about it, but I was never really homesick. Like, because I was in an environment where I could train every day, I could have the weight room, I could do this, I could do that, and I was around basketball. I was so focused, I knew what my goal was.
Yeah.
You were comfortable in it.
Yeah. As a man on a mission, you went out there with a purpose.
Yeah, like, again, obviously, my mum's been there from day one. Like, she used to say it, tell a story that, like, when I was 8 years old, I told people, like, oh, when I'm old enough, I'm going to America to play basketball. Wow. So, like,
that's crazy.
When I look at it, obviously, I got a son now. My son's 12. Like, he has no clue what he wants to do. But, like, from when I'm hearing, from when I was 8 years old, I was telling people, like, yeah, this is what I'm doing. When I'm old enough, it wasn't like I finished my GCSEs and this is a potential option. It was like, no, like, going into year 10, year 11, I didn't apply for colleges in the UK. Yeah. Like, I was out. I didn't know what, I didn't know how, I didn't have a scholarship, but I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
You don't mind me asking, what sparked that dream in you? What influenced you to have that thought? Do you think at that young age, was it Space Jam? Was it something else?
No, it was, I'm really a product of my environment. Obviously, I listened to you guys' pod last week, which is, and he was telling you, like, Brixton was like a proper, like, machine.
Yeah,
no, but it's a machine. Like, it was churning out players. Yeah. Like, all I knew at that age was guys that were juniors that are older than me. Obviously, I'm talking about I'm like 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. I'm seeing guys that are 16, 17 disappear and come back in the summer. Where they been? Oh, they went to America. And then I've seen the progression from them before they left. And a year later, when they come back and they're way better. Yeah. I'm like, yo, that's me. Yeah. Like, but obviously, like I said, the products of my environment, like, that's what I seen, that's what I was used to, and that's what I was comfortable with. So I was like, that's what I got to do. So that's why I knew, like, I didn't know where they were going in America. I didn't know, like, what schools. I didn't know, like, the levels or anything like that. But I knew if I wanted to excel what I love to do, that's what I had to be.
Yeah. Okay, so what was the university playing like? What was that journey like? Because obviously we hear about it a lot over here.
Yeah.
Like players, obviously you can't. I think you can't now go from high school straight to the NBA.
Yeah.
You have to go through university. So we hear about a lot of these university players. Sometimes we watch them. I don't watch a lot of university ball, but I just want to know what that experience was like.
And I was going to add to that also with that experience as well, because something I've started to learn over like sort of like I said maybe like the 4 or 5 years is just the experience between like D1 and D2 schools and trying to get into a deep. I know everyone wants to get into a D1 school, but that experience, because you went to a D1 school, right? Yeah. That experience and getting into a D1. Did you ever like? Did you know like, yo, I'm getting into this D1 school? What were the offers like? What would that on the side come in?
Again, for me it was different.
Yeah.
Like, I knew. Like, the reason I got to the States was the assistant coach of UConn
Oh, okay.
came to Brixton to watch me practice at 15 years old.
Crazy.
Did he come to watch you or just
Yeah.
to watch Brixton?
Nah.
They
Came
knew.
to watch you.
Oh, wow.
That's how they find prospects, bro. There's like there's this guy in South London.
They told them. So like, my coach, Jimmy Rogers, rest in peace, was known in the circles. Like every year, come March, Jimmy's not around for about 3 weeks, and they're like, "Where's he gone? Oh, he's gone to the Final Four." Like getting tickets every year.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like even like when I've gotten older, I've gotten to college and stuff like that. Like say we don't make it to the Final Four, whatever. Your college coaches go to the Final Four, and my college coaches, my assistant coach, will come back and be like, "Oh yeah, we saw Jimmy talking to me about my flipping Brixton South London coach." You know what I mean?
Okay.
So like, there's when I say Brixton, like there's levels to this thing. Like we've churned out. I could name so many players that have gone to different levels, whether it be playing pro in the British Basketball League right now, or playing pro in Europe, or playing all over the world, or even like you said, Luau Deng, who's been a 2-time NBA All-Star, is a product of Brixton Tomcats. So
crazy.
So like, to answer your question, like the life for me, I had a whole bunch of scholarship offers. It wasn't even a matter of fact about D1, because obviously there's like tiers in D1, so it's like high major, low major, mid major, high major, mid major, low majors. But like the high majors is like the big schools. Obviously, I don't watch as much college basketball anymore, so I know the leagues have been all like muddled up and mixed up or whatever. But back then, it was like the Power Six, so it was like the Big 10, Big 12, ACC, Big East, Pac-10.
Pac-10,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So obviously, I went to school in the Pac-10, but I had offers from Big East schools, ACC schools, you know what I mean, SEC, like all over the place. So it was just about kind of picking the right thing, and it's tough. I'm not gonna lie, it's tough.
Is it a thing where you're thinking like, whatever school I go to, what kind of minutes am I going to get in my position? Who's there already?
They're feeding you everything you want to hear as a kid. You know what I mean? Oh, you're gonna come.
You're gonna come. We're gonna go.
Like it's not like that.
What about the brown envelopes?
Nah, so I didn't. I'll be real. Like, I'm 35 now, innit? So if I was getting it, like you can't catch me now. But nah, it's not. Obviously, maybe if I went to like a Kentucky or I mean, it's my bad. I mean, like certain schools there. I mean, like you might be receiving a little something, but nah, it wasn't even like that. It was just more so, like I said, about minutes. I felt personally that like going to the University of Washington, they didn't have anybody like me. Like the way that I played, my style, fit their up tempo kind of fast break basketball, get up in your face, defensive, press you. I'm an athletic guy at my height, you know what I mean? So I felt like they didn't have anybody that could score like me in multiple ways. But again, for me personally, like I'm not even sure that was the right decision.
Why do you say that?
Just I didn't play as much as I thought I would early. I wasn't allowed to play through mistakes early. So it was like a progressive. If you saw me as a freshman, and like a lot of people in London, I believe, thought I was going to transfer and leave because I wasn't doing what people expected me to do early. And I feel like it was just that Brixton, South London, Brixton Tomcats mentality that was like, no, like if you stick to something, go through it, get it done, and you know you can play at this level, you should prove that you can play. So by the end of it, my senior year, I'm averaging 16 and 8. Whereas you saw me as a freshman, you'd be like, ain't no way he's going to find his way, he's going to end up transferring and going somewhere smaller.
So with the recruitment process, was Washington your only strong pick in your mind that you was going to go to, or what made you make the decision? As in, like, did you visit different campuses and have a look around?
So like my top 5 was Washington, Wake Forest, UConn, Texas, and Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's strong,
So I've been to the Wake campus. I've been to Pittsburgh campus. I didn't visit Texas. I liked the program, but I don't think it was a good fit for me personally. And in UConn, because they kind of helped me get to the States in general. And obviously, I said the assistant coach had come to see me in London, so he had.
Would you would have been with KD then if you went Texas?
No, he was a year above me, so he was a one and done.
And he was
one and done.
Yeah,
That's
so
yeah,
he was a,
yeah.
yeah, he was
I can see why
great
you don't think it's a good fit.
And then Washington, like I said, I just felt they took the time out. I think they found me by accident. They came to my prep school and they were recruiting one of my teammates. And then I was obviously a sophomore, like my first year in the States, so nobody really knew me. And the assistant coach kind of went back. Was like, "Yo, there's a sophomore there that we might want him more than we want the guy
that we went going for." Yeah.
Obviously, they were looking at both of us.
Yeah.
Because he was actually a year above me and we're different positions and stuff. So I'm not saying it like that, but it's my guy Gil Brown. But he was just like, we need to, and then they came and took a look. But it's just interesting because when I say nobody necessarily in their system at the time could do what I did, like I think the head coach flew in to see me. Maybe like they'd sent me letters. I'd spoken to him a few times, or whatever, and then we sometimes at prep school, like you have open gym, just scrimmage practice, whatever, but it's just free, like 5-on-5, whatever. And he said he was ready to offer me a scholarship after the first play.
Raw.
And I was like, why? And he was just like, literally, you're 6'10", 6'9", 6'10", you caught a rebound, dribbled up the court, in and out, cross, threw a no look, got it back,
In a
and
man's
got a
face.
dunk. And he was just like, that's all I needed to see. I didn't need
Yeah,
anything
that's
else.
pretty much 80% of the
You know what I
skills
mean?
you need in your position.
You know what I mean? So like, being able to showcase that was kind of what got me the scholarship offers that I did get. And then like prior to all of this, I don't want to make it too long, my bad, but Syracuse.
Oh yeah.
Everybody in my prep school thought I was going to Syracuse. Like one of my favorite college players prior to was Melo. What he did.
He won at
He
Syracuse,
played.
didn't he?
Yeah. Especially as a one and done and all of that. And I had a really good relationship with the assistant coach, Coach Hopkins, which is funny story. Like he ended up being like after me, but he's there now. But he's actually the head coach of the University of Washington now.
Sick.
But had a real good relationship with him, but they had committed 2 people my position
Yeah.
my year that had committed before I did. So
Yeah.
I was just like, take them off the
That's
list
what it
early.
is, yeah. That's crazy.
Okay, cool. I got one final question to ask you about the time. Did you enter the NBA draft?
Yeah. So, well, it's kind of like done automatically.
Okay.
After 4 years, right?
After 4 years,
Yeah.
After
Okay.
your senior year. So, like, I had a good senior year campaign. We went to second round of the tournament. We lost to North Carolina by 3.
Jeez.
Crazy game,
Yeah.
but in North Carolina, so it was like a home game for them, even though it's
Yeah.
supposed to be neutral sites.
By 3 is close, yeah.
Like it was a crazy game. So yeah, just did the circuit. For me, I went to Portsmouth Invitational, which is for college seniors, the top college seniors. That you basically go to like a 3-4 day camp, play some games with the best seniors around. Got all tournament team, and then did workouts. Worked out for probably about 12 to 15 teams.
Okay.
I was on a few pre-draft boards as a second round pick. Unfortunately, my name wasn't called, and then because of the lockout, everything shut down. So that's why I ended up taking a job straight away in Europe because there was no clue to when the NBA was
Smart
going to
move.
come back.
Yeah, smart move, yeah.
Whereas if it was a regular year, I would have had summer league to prove myself. I would have had potentially training camp if a team did like me, which I believe I would have got training camp invites if, you know what I mean, if the lockout didn't happen.
So you feel that if, for example, if the lockout didn't happen, you feel that you probably would have stayed in America
Yeah, for sure.
in a bit longer.
Yeah, for sure.
I remember the year of the draft, just obviously I'd known you like through Chisel and that, and just seeing your progression. And I just remember like just checking to see like if you'd been drafted, because obviously we couldn't watch it live. I just kept going through just like for us, yeah, for me, it's just like you're a man from South London getting into the NBA. I mean, you just being in that position alone was a great thing for us, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? So just not seeing your name on the draft board, or when I eventually saw the list, was kind of mad. I was like, raw, NBA didn't like, he's not there. Like, so, like for me, I know how I felt. Like, how did you feel not getting, like, I know obviously you kind of described it. Yeah. Was that really disappointing for you, or were you like, you know what, just on to the next? Like,
nah, for me it was big. But ultimately, as big was, like I said, the situation at point. Yeah. Because I feel like not getting your name, obviously it's every kid's dream to get your name drafted, to get your name said by the commissioner or assistant commissioner or whatever at the time, whether it be first or second round, like that's your dream. But to me, what hurt was like a lot of guys you'll hear say like they don't go over to Europe straight away because you'll get lost in the machine that's European basketball and stuff like that. And because every year there's new kids coming out of school, you'll just get lost in the mix, and then that's what makes it tough. So for me, it wasn't a thing. I just had my son that summer as well. So it was like, I have to go get a job. Like, you know what I mean? I have to, I've got responsibilities.
At that point, you're a professional basketball player.
So it's like, I'm trying to get my head around being an adult, obviously being a new father, trying to handle my business on and off the court, and then obviously knowing that in my head, my dream is to be an NBA. And I'm potentially so close, you know what I mean? But yet now there's no NBA. We don't know when it's happening. And if you remember back to 2011, like the year of the lockout, they found out the first game was going to be on Christmas Day or Christmas, like Boxing Day or whatever it was. But it was like a week before they came to an agreement, signed the contract. People were flying from here, there and everywhere to do like a 3-day pre-season training camp. You know what I mean? Like, it was crazy. So like, we had no clue what was going to happen. I had NBA guys in Turkey with me. Jerome Williams was a team in Turkey. Iverson.
A lot of people were just going to
Europe. Played the team. So like, there was a lot that was going on, and we just didn't know what was going to happen. So it was like, I couldn't spend or take that risk of not signing. Yeah. Because as a kid, you're getting thrown thousands of, even if it's obviously in the league, it's millions, but obviously in Europe, if you're a high drift,
still a lot. You're an athlete, bro. Still a lot of money. Yeah.
So thousands of pounds a month. So it's like, you got to take it.
Yeah. Straight.
Cool. You got another question?
No.
You sure?
No.
I just got questions about Chocolate City.
I do.
It's a family.
That's what we're doing.
So I don't want to do that.
That's what we're doing.
I do have. There was one question on it.
Lovely out there.
There's one last question I do want to ask. I know that you declared, well, you automatically went into the draft the same year that, if I'm correct, that was the year that IT declared for the draft as well, wasn't it? Yeah. So and obviously he got picked last. He was the last pick. Obviously he went to your school. What was that like, as far as knowing this 5'9" guy? Did you ever imagine he would get to where he is now? Like, obviously he can ball, we know that.
Yeah. One thing people that actually know him will tell you is like, he's the epitome of heart over height. You know what I mean? Like, his energy, his aura, he's the one person I can say, like, throughout my college years, well, he actually went to my prep school. So
so you know him for a lot.
For a bit. So like, he was there for 2 years. His first year was my senior year. And then when I graduated and went to Washington, he was there for 1 extra year before he joined us. So I've known him for a while, but he's the one person I will say, like, he'll cuss you out and you won't feel no way about it. Like, he'll cuss you out to the point where if the next man said that to me, I'll be like, fam, are you stupid? Like, are you dumb? Like, who are you talking to? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But he'll cuss you out to the point where you look at yourself like, yeah, you're right. I'm messing up. Like, you know what I mean? I need to fix up.
Yeah.
So like, but there's very few people that
can do that.
That have that type of leadership or that type of qualities and make you look at yourself before you. It's like, you look at what he's saying, not how he's saying it. You know what I mean? So like, it doesn't surprise me that he had got to the levels that he got to and the heights that he had got to, because the talent was there. he's been doing this all his life. You know what I mean? Like in high school, he's always been the littlest guy on the court, killing. But like I said, prep school, like people don't understand, prep school's like college, sometimes worse. Like in terms of like the animals. No, the animals that you're playing with. Like, my team, we had 7-1, 6-10, 6-10, 6-9, 6-9.
Hold on. You're like 17, 18, 19,
Yeah, what?
7-1.
Yeah. That's different. Yeah.
I don't know what's in the food out there.
That is.
But we recruited internationally though.
Okay.
So like our 7-1 guy was from Nigeria actually, like but from Nigeria, like like you know what I mean? Like he's not British Nigerian, he's not American. Like, he's from like he's bush. You know what I mean?
What age did you get that growth spurt? Like straight into.
I feel like I was always tall for my age, but people didn't realize because I always rode with older men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, but you gotta think about it.
That's so true, you know. Like he's
you
like,
gotta remember, people forget I'm like 3 years younger than Chisel.
Yeah, that's true. But
then when you see us on a night out or whatever, and you're like,
man's been rolling
with 10 years, 15 years. I'm like, you don't realise Chisel was 18, getting into race at 18. I was 15. But people just didn't realise.
No one questioning. He's asking him questions. Man's getting into the race. Who's asking him questions?
You know what I mean? So like it was people didn't really clock, but obviously I knew because obviously when I'm in school or whatever, or people my own age group or whatever, but I always played older age groups. Like cadets, which is under 16s. With me, one of my boys, Justin, like we were playing from like 10, 11 years old. Playing under 18s at like 12, 13 years old. Playing, like before I went to the States, we were playing like Division 1 and stuff, men's in the UK at 14, 15.
Crazy.
No, that's crazy.
So like people didn't realise how young I was. It was only until like the year that I went to the States, I'm still playing under 16s and people are like, fam, shit on that man graduated, like finished playing this 2-3 years ago.
No,
yeah, because they're 2-3 years older.
How old is man? Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's when it kind of clocked. But obviously, when I've gone to the States at that age, at 16, I'm already like 6'7".
Mad.
Just one last question for me, and I'll ask all our guests that come here. Bron or MJ?
Oh,
you sure you want this?
It's just a question.
Okay. What is it? What is the question?
That is a good question. What is the question?
Yeah, you just said Bron or MJ. What though?
Which one is your favorite, Bron or MJ? Okay.
Like I'll break it down to you like this. The biggest, I wouldn't say winner. Well, I can say winner because obviously that's the argument everybody says. But what I'd say is the more competitive fire, the Kobe type Mamba mentality, like you know the killer. That's MJ, of course. But the all round better basketball player is LeBron.
I don't know,
Wait, I don't want to have this. I don't want to.
No. You know this debate is coming.
I just want to say this though. But you have to. You do remember that the Kobe mentality came from MJ.
Yeah. I just use that. I didn't know what word to use, so I wanted to use the word Mamba mentality. Okay. But it came from him. Yeah, I'm not saying it like that, but I'm saying But when I'm talking about like I said, the all round.
Guys are dying.
You know what I hate? You know what I hate when he asks.
But you know what it is? Like I've played since I was 4 years old. So if you want to break it down, we can break it down.
Man got time. You telling you I got time for you. But he does this, and he knows, we ain't gonna have time to go. So man, teaser going to this.
He gotta say it at the beginning.
Does this?
Do you know what? What we'll do is we're gonna have a special, which is gonna be the MJ Bron debate. And
that's alright.
I'll invite you back.
Make sure I'm here.
Yeah.
And make sure the panel's deep.
The panel's got to be. It's got to be.
They got to know
real
what
ballers.
They got to know what they're talking about.
Don't worry, we got guys. But just wanted to move on, obviously, to the actual NBA itself. And I think over the past few weeks, a lot's happened. Obviously, the season has started, and there's a lot's happened. And everybody knows that listens to this podcast or watches it that I'm a Steph Curry fan. With that, it means I support Golden State Warriors because that's where he plays. If he left Golden State, I'll leave with him. Anyway, Golden State went on a very bad run of recent. Obviously, we had the incident with Draymond where he was suspended for 5 games for some what he did was ludicrous. He didn't need to do that. And also, there's been talk around before the run happened. Steph Curry was the only person in that team who had scored over 20 points in a game. Obviously now Darius Saric and Andrew Wiggins and Podominski have all scored 20 points, but that was when Steph got injured and Draymond was out.
Had to step up.
Yeah. So I guess I wanted to ask around what do you think is wrong or what's happening wrong? I have my views on it, but I just wanted to ask the panel, like, what do you think is wrong with Golden State at this moment in time?
So where you brought your team for us to discuss your team?
Yes. Yeah. Next time
we need help.
Yeah, I mean,
Suns, bro. If you
well, I think like NBA is in the best position to like give his like your opinion and your take.
I just feel like they're getting older. If we're keeping it a buck, like
Facts.
I feel like they're getting older and they're not necessarily adding to their bag.
do you think they've recruited as well as they have done in the past?
No way.
Since they drafted Cade, since they picked up Cade in free agency, the acquisitions have been very poor.
I won't say poor, mediocre.
It's turned, other than picking up Wiggins, it's been pretty poor. And Wiggins was good for that one season.
Yeah.
And then I don't really blame what's happened to Wiggins, because if the rumours are true and he's playing like the rumours are true, like
I think the rumors aren't true. The rumors aren't true.
They're not true.
I think they've been debunked, man.
Okay,
Yeah.
but he's playing like a broken man. Basically, he's not living up to what he should. Like, he should be averaging 20 points and 6-7.
But he came back after that and that little playoff run.
Yeah,
And was hooping.
yeah, but by now, Jordan Poole's gone because of the Draymond stuff.
Yeah.
And you'd think Wiggins would step into that role and be a bit more of a scorer this year, because Clay's had those injuries. They just had really bad luck, man.
But that's what I'm saying.
They just had bad luck.
Yeah, but I feel like when I say like they haven't, like their bag hasn't got any deeper. Like Steph is Steph, and he's a player that in year 16 or whatever year he is exactly. I don't know exactly what year he's in, but like you could see the improvement in year 12 to 13, 13 to 14,
You can
14
see
to
it.
15.
You can see it.
Whereas the other guys are not having that. You know what I mean? And that's why I say
Yeah.
like, and that's not even necessarily a knock. That's just Father Time. But there's some people that Father Time actually has a tussle with. Like Father Time and LeBron, like
Doesn't
they
exist.
spar.
Yeah.
They spar. You know what I mean? They go back up, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the same thing with Steph. So like I'm not expecting Draymond, necessarily Clay, like all these guys to necessarily be getting better, but it's a young man's league.
It is.
Guys are in their mid-30s now.
But I guess obviously there's always talk that stuff like your agility will go, your speed will go, but stuff like your shot shouldn't really
But I feel like
go. But
so like
Clay's,
you're talking about Clay.
it's
So
gone.
for me, it's not necessarily it's gone. I feel like because he's not as athletic as he used to be, it's harder to get it off.
You're talking about
one
his
thing-
shot. Yeah,
just his shot.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about like for me as a player,
Yeah.
right? 5 years ago, I'll do a move and guys behind me. I'll do the same move now and guys right on my hip.
Okay.
So now I'm taking a more difficult shot than what I was 5 years ago. So where he might have been a faster, quick twitch move, like to get his first step to get into his shot. Because we all know, like Clay's game, like he's gonna be catch and shoot, or he's gonna be catch, pump fake, one dribble, pull
Probably
up.
once. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fair.
But that's what I've been talking about his bag hasn't changed. So now if you know that's your scout, and as a defender I know that's your scout, all I know to do
Lock
I
up.
got to close out hard,
Yeah.
and then all I got to do is one dribble. Go on one dribble.
Yeah, because that's what he's saying. Like with Dunleavy, you seen Dunleavy now. He at the Heat. Am I getting the right name?
Duncan Robinson.
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 I'm
Robinson.
bugging.
Don't leave
He-
me. I was trying to think. Who's done
Yo, I said for a second, like, what done leaving? Like, what?
Now he's added.
Said when he said Heat,
game,
innit?
he'll go and get to the basket.
Yeah.
So you still got respect his
Is-
free shot or his long two, pause, and then he still get past you and get to the rim. So
But all right, so just to keep on this on Clay for a second, but I'm seeing him miss open
Open
threes.
shots, yeah.
I'm seeing him miss layups. Like Clay would never miss those before. So like there has to be something that's going on. I hear what you're saying about, he's taking, when he's getting defended against, he's taking more difficult shots
Yeah.
because he's not be able to get to his move and do that. I get that, but open threes.
I feel like that's also something to do with. Obviously, I don't know what's going on
Dynamics,
in his personal.
yeah.
No, but just saying in his personal
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
But that could also like. Dre was talking about it the other day. Draymond was talking about it the other day. Like for a long period of time, he lost confidence in certain stuff because Dre was a bucket. Like I played against Dre in college.
Serious?
So yeah, like when he was at Michigan State, we played them in the Maui Classic. Like I played against, I watched him play. Like he could get a bucket.
Hmm.
He worked out to be on the floor in the NBA. He didn't need to be a bucket. He needed to be able to facilitate with his teammates around him.
Yeah.
But that took away from him shooting. So then now when he's now left open, he's not confident in his shot. So now I'm not saying that's exactly what's happened to Clay, but I'm just saying, as this season has begun, there's a dip in his confidence. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. I don't know, like, personally, to say, like, oh yeah, this is going on at home, so he's taking it onto the court. But something's clearly gone on where he's just not.
We might something that might not be privy to.
Know about, yeah.
But obviously, I know you're talking about Clay, but I really want to talk about Draymond, bruv. Like the lead, bruv, he's a leader. Yeah. I know you said, we spoke on it. What he done there the other day was wrong. But what was annoying me was that I was seeing a couple of media rounds in the States, and a couple people giving him grace. Like I saw Kenyon Martin, like on Gilbert Arenas podcast, talking about, he was defending his boy, like, and people just giving him a little bit of grace. I heard Stephen A. Smith give him a little bit of grace, and in my opinion, like, how much more grace do you want to give Draymond in it? You're a leader, bro. Like, you know how it goes. You know how the thing's set, bro. Like, trying to choke him out. We know, like, no one really likes homeboy in it, like, but bruv, you're trying to, like, bruv, what are you doing? Like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, seriously, now he's out for 5 games?
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, what are you doing to your team? You know where you're at. You know what's going on. Steph's out. Like, bro, you know how important you are to the team. Like, bro, you can't, like, bro, like, seriously,
I
hear
hear you, but I feel like he knows that if Steph's out, they're not going to win. With him or without him.
I think it was either Kat or Gobert said it.
He said it.
Yeah, when Steph is out, he wants to get kicked out anyway because
you don't want
to play.
Especially this year.
Yeah.
But I feel like the reason I say that is because, like, Dre, you're a leader. And I keep saying that. I keep going back to the fact that everyone can turn around. Some people had that conversation in a WhatsApp group talking about who's the leader in Golden State. Is it Steph or Dre? Bro, Dre is the leader. Steph is the best player. People say, yeah, if they get, like, we know what time it is, who's going to speak, who's the vocal boss. Draymond is the vocal boss, bro. Like, and we know, like, you need to be on the court to motivate your team. People say, you don't need to. Like, but when you miss 5 games, you can't even sit on the bench, can you? When you miss 5 games, you can't even. You get suspended. You're gone. So what are you doing to your team, bro? Like, you know what I mean,
I disagree. That he's the biggest mouthpiece on the team, but he's not. Every time there's adversity, he seems like he's making the wrong decisions as the quote-unquote leader of the team.
You're saying you don't think he's a leader?
It's easy to lead in times of when things are going well. I've always said Steph is the quiet leader, and Andre Iguodala used to oversee everything.
The vet.
So he can restrain Draymond as much as he needs. If he ain't doing it, Steph will have a quiet word. Because even when they won the chip, the last chip, the 4th chip, Steph told them, man, I'm getting on this bus and I'm coming home with jewelry. If you ain't prepared for that, don't get on the bus. That's what and he said nothing else. That's all he had to tell the team.
I agree with you, yeah. Like, you don't need to be vocal to be a leader. I totally agree with you, because that's what I was saying in the group.
Yeah.
You don't need to be the loudest person to be the leader. But in my opinion, just I don't know, like, how they market this whole leader thing, because to me it's just like what we've, this program around being a leader, you have to be a leader, whatnot. I don't really care about that. But when we look at Golden State, yeah, and we look at the way they're set up, like, what I see is Draymond being, like, even like the whole KD situation. I never see anyone talk to KD like that, but I don't think Draymond's intention was to really piss him off, was to, like, brother, to light a fire in his arse, boy. Do you get what I'm saying? So, as a leader, let's forget who did that.
That level of disrespect.
No, that was disrespect. That was disrespectful. Yeah. But I'm saying, like, whether or not, like, he was trying to be disrespectful.
I don't know if it was disrespectful.
What you say?
What?
I don't know if it was.
What?
You don't.
Bruv,
your team, bro.
Man.
Like, what I would say is, we all play team sports at different levels. You the highest level, right?
Yeah.
But no team has one leader. You need more than one guy.
Fair.
All right.
You know what I mean?
All right. Take that aside. We're debating on who's the leader and whatnot. He's a leader. Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, it's part of the leadership.
Steph's out. Yeah. Obviously, like, really, the leader's going to be really you. Clay hasn't. I've never heard anyone say. I've never heard anyone say Clay's the leader in the team.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, 5 games, bro. Like, how many years in is he now? Like, what, 11 years, 12 years?
It will be Steph. The leadership will be Steph, Draymond, and then to back them up, it will be Clay and I would assume Looney. At this point now,
I still feel like he's quiet. Like, obviously, I don't know Looney, personally, but he gives off that quiet energy.
Yeah,
he gives off that Steph, but that's why it was big for like what you said. Sorry, about Steph saying, "Oh, we're coming back with a ring," because he's a quiet guy. When he does speak, it's powerful.
It's powerful, yeah.
You know what I mean? But like in terms of a day to day, and I think what was really good. What one of you guys said was Iggy. Iggy was like the vet. And he kind of had control of everybody. And I thought that was a huge piece in terms of leadership.
Yeah.
Because if your leader, quote unquote leader, Draymond, can do too much, he has nobody to rein him in now. How you got what's going on, got Gobert in a headlock, and your coach is screaming at you, let him go, and you're not listening.
Nah, he's not like, bro.
But do you not think, obviously, Gobert and Draymond have a thing going back? It wasn't a first time incident. It wasn't just because he was getting that.
Yeah,
What
but
did he do?
that makes it even worse because you're not handling your emotions. You got
That's
prior
fair.
back
That's
knowledge of what's going on, and he had no like. I've watched a couple podcasts and then man talking about Gobert grabbed up Clay.
He didn't.
Like he didn't grab.
He
him up,
didn't.
fam.
Yeah, he didn't.
If he had his
didn't,
arms
man.
around him, it was like around here and around
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Like it
He
wasn't
didn't.
like around his neck
didn't.
or anything like that. It wasn't.
He's just
you know
long
what I
and
mean?
gangly, so
Yeah.
it looked worse than it was. But he was just trying.
He was just trying to pull him
away.
off from whatever. You know what I mean? And you, like they say, man came running from the locker room. He said, "This is my time."
I thought that when Ben Simmons was choking out Cat, it's not the same.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
And the mad thing is that forever and ever, that's going to be a highlight, whether you like it or not. Rudy Gobert is going to be mocked for a long
Yeah,
time.
But it's not only that though. Also, his people around him, Cat and Edwards, they did nothing, bro. They
Bro,
just-
like,
they just stopped-
and I keep
they
hearing,
stood and watched.
and I keep hearing that argument. What do you want him to do,
Bro,
Like,
at least
like,
stop the
bro,
man.
like, no one.
But, no,
Listen,
but this is what I'm saying. You're in a catch-22 because at the end of the day, you're in the NBA. You're not on road.
you're not on road.
So you can't. So
Exactly.
like now, if Cat puts Draymond in a headlock,
Then what?
then he gets another 5 game suspension for his team. Like it's
Malice in the
dumb.
Palace route, boy. Like, and there's madness.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like you gotta just like everyone. Someone was saying I was Kenya Martin again on Gilbert Arenas.
But
podcast.
you got to remember
It's-
one
it's
thing I will
Kenyon
say. Yeah, it's Kenyon Martin. He was one of those
Like, bro,
Draymond
like,
type
what's
players. So
he
that's
saying?
how he's gonna have that
Oh,
type of
my
energy.
days.
But go on, my bad.
Yeah.
I thought you see YouTube short of him saying that he's plotted a man for Isaiah Thomas. Yeah,
yeah.
Like, what you got to do with Isaiah Thomas?
Oh my days.
From, you know what I'm
He's
saying?
crazy,
That's
bro.
nothing to do with you, and you've plotted a man like after he's retired.
He's crazy, man. He's crazy. Like, but to be honest with you, like, you know, that situation there, like, obviously added to the fact that the other players are having issues. Like, I don't know what's. I can't like the thing. I can never do is write Golden State off. We know that all they need is to get into the play-in, yeah, and they have a chance. That's the thing I won't do. So long as everyone's fit, it looks like they will always have a chance. I can never write them off, bro.
So
Can't.
I was going to ask, do you think that they can turn it around? Because they had that was a mad slump.
It's a long season, bro.
It is.
Well, how many games in? What? 10 games? 12 games?
12, sorry.
Like, it's a long season. 82 games, bro. Come on, man. Like, they can.
I think the writing's on the wall. I think once they come up against the better teams in the playoffs, if they make the playoffs,
Jeez.
They make the
the
play.
rest is serious.
The rest
right
is
now, man.
serious.
They got
when
in
you
through the
got
play-in.
Steph-
The Rockets
Huh?
are
Last year they got in through the plane, right?
No.
No.
Six seed.
There was
No, the 6th seed.
Yeah.
Who got in through the play? Oh, sorry, it was Lakers. My bad. It was Lakers. Yeah.
But last year there was a lot of injuries. Like Zion was out. Like New Orleans had bad injuries. Wolves had some injuries. There was this year. OKC a bit. Kings will be the same. New
Dallas
Orleans
will be
here.
better.
Rockets are surprised.
Mavs are
Dallas
better.
way better. They're not tanking. Like San Antonio are not tanking. The West is serious this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like obviously I watch a lot of Golden State games, and what I noticed about them is that anytime they come up against two solid big men, they struggle.
It's a wrap.
Anytime they come
Can't
up,
get enough rebounds off the
Yeah.
freeze.
it's a struggle, and their threes were not falling like how they used to. Like I think I stopped tracking it after a while, but for the first 4 games that we lost, we were shooting under 40% from the floor and under 30% from free. You're never gonna win with a team that relies on 3-point shooting.
Yeah.
You're never gonna win like scoring like that.
You're not gonna shoot like that for a full season.
No, of course
You know
not.
what I mean?
Of course
and
not.
I feel like I know the West is tougher, but like, what did the Lakers start last year? 2-10,
It was mad, yeah.
and they made it.
You have LeBron though.
Bron factor.
Okay, and they have Steph.
Yeah, but when Steph's gonna get his customary injury.
He doesn't. What is that? Customary.
But it happens now. KD gets one, Bond gets one, Steph gets one.
Steph don't really be out like that. Like
Early in his career,
yeah, but
ankle.
recently,
no.
He missed like 3 weeks here and there, and I think if he misses 3 weeks now, they'll fall off a cliff. There's no Jordan Poole to come and start scoring 30.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. But just to end it, like, so we think Golden State are gonna, you think they're still gonna challenge for that playoffs? But I still think they will. But it doesn't look good at the moment.
I think they'll never tank. They're never gonna tank.
Amps would disagree with you.
You think they're gonna tank?
You said they're never gonna tank. Amps would sit here and tell you that they.
Bro, they're not tanking. You're right.
Steph and
yeah, but he wasn't there. But they were out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're healthy.
I know.
He's I know. But
They still got experience, so they should make playoffs. But I wouldn't be overly shocked if they're in the plane or anything like that, depending on injuries and stuff like that.
I feel like they need to make a change. They need to get a big.
But where? Like, where are you gonna go and get one that helps them?
You gotta see, like, any big helps them right now. Like, and I'm not even saying that in a disrespectful way. They're so small outside of Looney, and Looney's not like a big. You know what I mean? Like, but you got guys like Dwight Howard that's out of a job and stuff like that, and you be like, Yeah. But I'm saying, like, not necessarily to come in and do work, but when you're playing guys, when you've got guys like AD and you've got guys like Jokic and the bigs, like, you know what I mean? You have to have somebody that can at least slow them down. They've got nobody that slows them down, and that's what's going to be the detriment for them.
Yeah, that's a big point, because the Clippers just picked up Tice, and he's just playing veteran basketball for them, and he's
looking good.
Making all four of those guys, when they spread out, look good.
Yeah. I know I didn't have it as one of the topics today, but I wanted to since you mentioned Clippers, I wanted to just talk about it. Yeah. What do you guys think of Westbrook's request to come off the bench?
Take off my hat to him, bro. Take off my hat to him.
When I first read it,
it was about him
and getting his numbers.
Nah.
But when you then I looked at it, when you said it in the group that it's not. I looked at it more. I thought, do you know what? That's actually a very respectful thing to do. You know, he wants to help the team as best as he can.
This is my take on it. Yeah, Russ he's won MVP. He's got in his bag. He's taken all that. He's won. What else? He's been an all-star loads of times. Everything. He's gonna be first ballot Hall of Fame, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
He hasn't got a chip, bro.
Yeah,
and he's looking at his team now. He's thinking, I've got to try and lock in. And if it means taking a bench role, I'm going to do that. And that's my only, we had these debates in the group about Russ being a stacker, trying to get the numbers all the time, OKC, and what he used to do with the rebounds, tell a man to leave the rebound and grab rebounds and stuff like that. But what he's doing right now is admirable, bro. Because in my humble opinion, Harden should be coming off the bench. Bro. I mean, so
well, these guys all know each other. You know, Harden's not going to come off the bench.
Yeah, he obviously knows his character.
It was a no-brainer that it was always going to be Russ that's going to go back to being the sixth man. That's the only way that setup was.
What do you mean going back to the sixth man?
Like, he was going to have to come off the bench to be the sixth man.
You said going back to the sixth man. When was he ever sixth man?
When he first got to the Clippers.
Oh, seeing. Oh, I thought you meant when he was at.
Not this. Yeah, when he first got to the Clippers, he came in as a sixth man.
But he started though. He was starting, no?
He
was starting.
I'm pretty sure he went back. He was 6.
No, he was starting when he went to go to the Clippers.
Was he starting? My bad then.
No, I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
I remember he was only. I thought like he was only starting because when he came into the playoffs and performed well because of the injuries.
Nah, you shouldn't be coming off.
He
shouldn't be coming off the bench, bro.
Yeah,
it's never about what Russ is averaging. It's more about is he being efficient.
Yeah,
you know
but I feel like he don't shoot that much. It's because he's got the knock that he can't shoot. People feel like he's shooting a lot, but he doesn't shoot that much. It's because he impacts the game in everything else. So even like the beginning of this year, before James was there, he was doing his thing. You know what I mean? He was impactful and helping them look good and go and pause it. But but he was helping them in that way so they were in a positive way. It was obviously since James has come over that they've looked bad. So then to me, like, obviously we know James got his contract extension, and even though it's only a year, but he's making 40 whatever he's making. Obviously, you can't really put him on the bench. You know what I mean?
I read something,
regardless,
yeah.
regardless.
Yeah.
Of,
He's
you gotta
earning, he's
remember,
earning,
at the
he's
end of
earning
the-
too much. Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's a business.
Agreed.
If you're
Yeah.
only, if you're making 40 mil and you got a bet minimum,
Yeah.
and you two are performing on the same level, you're coming off the bench because
Yeah.
you're, you know what I mean? It is what it is.
Yeah.
And even media wise, it's better for us. It's just like, I'm gonna come off the bench.
Yeah.
Because it's rather than it's coach's decision now. There's a big write up
Big,
about
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
for sure.
That's
What's his attitude like and all of that. So the whole thing is just better, even if it was discussed internally and said this is the way we're gonna go about it. Even if it was a coach's decision, not Russ, which I believe it would be a Russ decision, but either way, just for the optics, it's better for us to
Well,
say.
I'm saying-
I think it's best for the team.
What's even crazier, because they were rolling, I would have Rock come off the bench, but I'd put him in for James after 5 minutes.
He's straight.
And
Straight.
then Rock out for the rest of the quarter with
Yeah.
the starters, and then have James come in with the bench guys, because then you could at least get James to do what he does
Yeah.
in terms of his ISO ball,
ISO ball, yeah.
whatever,
Step
'cause
back
he can't
three,
do
yeah,
that with
yeah.
PG and
Can't,
Kawhi.
yeah.
Quite,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. That's
I'll just
true.
be looking like.
I mean, it seems to have worked for Clippers. They've won a couple of games.
Won
since.
2 games. You said it seems as work. They've won 2 games.
Yeah, they had lost
Hey,
5.
right,
They
When
lost
you
5
go over
straight.
5,
Yeah,
No,
lost
for
5
real, yeah.
straight.
Yeah.
hey,
Those 2
you're
games
on
are
a
big.
streak.
Yeah.
You're on a streak.
Straight,
on the
straight,
street.
nah, facts.
So moving on swiftly, just to talk around a guy that used to play in the league, Joe Smith, and obviously, if anybody that's seen the media or has been on social media in the last few weeks has seen that there was an incident with Joe Smith and his wife, where, just for everyone's knowledge, his wife was an adult entertainer. She,
Why are you being cute about it, bro?
You know what I mean?
but she's an adult entertainer. What do you want me to say?
He's a porn star.
An adult entertainer.
All right.
And she made an OnlyFans page behind his back, and he got very upset about it. And she recorded him being upset, and it went all over the internet. And then there's been numerous people talking about it in debates and stuff. Now, my question is he right to be mad?
Of course.
Yeah.
Why?
Is he mad? Is he right to be mad?
That she made the OnlyFans page? Because that's what he was mad about. He was
Yeah.
is
Well, he's got a whole bunch of reasons to be mad now. be
okay,
honest.
yeah, but
Because she's now airing out his business and the reason why you're doing it and blah, 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 blah. You understand what I mean?
that's
So,
fair. But his initial reaction was not because she's airing out his business; it's because she made the page.
Yeah.
So
But you got to remember, it's a tough situation when it comes to media because they're having a private conversation which should be private.
Sure,
You know what I mean?
fair.
So his anger and the stuff that you're having a conversation about, like why is he mad or he's mad for her doing this and blah, 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 should be behind closed doors anyway.
That's
She
fair.
brought it to light. So now I think you're getting lost in the mix. Like, is he mad at this or is he mad at that? Like, there's a whole bunch that you kind of need to uncover before you get to that level.
I want to hear Ash take before I say anything. Like, let me hear Ash.
Put me on the spot, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, yes, he knows who you married, but he married her, and what comes with marriage is supposed to be two of the values, honour and respect. The obey thing's a bit mad in these day and times, obviously, but there should be a certain level of respect you have for your, even if you're not married, your partner, your life partner. You know, I don't know if they have kids and stuff like that as well, so you're airing all this stuff on it. Yes, he should be mad, but yes, it's also your fault because you know what you lay down to and what you wake up with. So that's when things like this become a possibility. So when you're choosing your life partner, these are things you have to consider. Now, he's got, like you said, he's got so much to be angry about now because just the blatant disrespect is crazy.
yeah,
I don't even know how you can even sit in a room with this woman or how he hasn't filed for divorce but I'm not married, so I can't speak about the level of commitment to when you do get married, but boy.
it's a minefield, isn't it?
Nah,
crazy.
she's taking the absolute piss, bro. She's taking the absolute piss. Like this guy, yeah, you go to his Wikipedia page, yeah. Now, yeah, you go into personal life. You know what it says in his personal life? Smith is married to Keisha Chavez. In October 2023, he discovered she has an OnlyFans page. Full stop.
That's it.
That's it. This guy, it's bonkers, brother. This guy played in the NBA. Yeah, let me tell you all the teams he played. This is like, bro. People think it's easy to play in the NBA, bro. To get into NBA and play in teams and have a 16-year career, bro. This guy, bro, he should be celebrated.
Bro, I didn't.
Bro, he played a Golden State Warriors.
He was a first overall pick,
brother.
bro.
Brother,
I didn't know that.
Listen, number 1995, number 1.
Damn.
Listen. He played a Golden State, Philly. He played the Timberwolves, Detroit. He played the Bucks. He played the Nuggets. Obviously, he moved around a bit, but man had that career. Like, whether you like it or not, he had a long career in the NBA, bro. And now he's being disrespected by this woman, like, bro. Like, she's taking an absolute piss.
It's moving like Samson.
She's taking an absolute piss.
I think some of the stuff that she's done is just like, we all saw the Is What It Is podcast and
come on,
like live on air. You're giving you're married and you're giving another man a massage live. Like, come on, that is crazy.
Yeah,
that is absolutely crazy. So him being mad at, yeah, I just was,
and Commissioner GM, Kof, I get your take, and I get why you're asking this question. Is because we're saying, well, you know what you married, like deal with it. But at the same time, it's like, yo, bro, I don't like when I don't want us to like judge anyone for their personal whoever they choose to marry, whatever your past was is your past, or whatever you're doing. Do you know what I'm saying? Before you got married, that's whatever. The moment you decide to take a decision to marry someone and you've overlooked everything, whether or not she was in the adult industry doing porn, whatever, like, bro, have some respect for your husband, innit? Like, give him that respect. Once you become a married woman, like, all right, cool, you want to continue doing the porn. If you and a husband are like, all right, cool, keep doing that.
Basically.
But Adam 22, if that's what you want to do,
that's an agreed upon.
and if Joe was cool with it, yeah, it's a different story. We're not going to be having this conversation.
That's true.
But he's clearly not. So, and then after that, man, see you on shows giving the next man a massage, yeah, like who's doing it for bants. We know he's doing it for bants. So it's just it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
That is crazy.
I'm calling him a piece of this and that, and on another podcast. You know what I mean? It's wild, man.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel sorry for Joseph. I do. I didn't know it was the number one pick.
Man said I do feel sorry for Joseph.
No, Joe Smith.
Oh, Joe Smith. I was say Joseph. I was like, you two are brethren now, innit?
Nah. His name is Joe Smith.
I do disregarded the blatant disrespect.
Yeah,
it's worse than
crazy.
The actions.
It's crazy. There's one other thing I wanted to ask you. Obviously, you played in college, right? And when you were playing, there was no such thing as NIL deals, right? But obviously now we know there are a plethora of NIL deals, and players are getting a lot of money through it. Yeah. But I think it came out recently that Angel Reese, who is meant to be the next big woman in basketball, has been benched by her LSU.
LSU, yeah.
She's been benched, and it came out that, well, apparently she was benched because of her GPA. Was that something that you witnessed happening in college? Like, people actually do get benched?
It's not, you get benched, you're ineligible. You can't play. It's like NCAA rules.
Really?
So it's not, I don't know necessarily if it's to do with her GPA.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true.
That's what they put out.
Because I've seen like the tweets back and forth between the parents
and stuff like that.
Yeah, so like, I don't necessarily think it's that, because it wouldn't be she's benched, it would be she's ineligible. So if you're ineligible,
you just can't play.
Yeah, and it'll be
didn't
for.
she play the first half of the
that's
game?
What I'm saying,
and then she
so like it was something like that. I don't know. So like I don't think it's necessarily GPA, but yeah, that's always something it's NCAA rules. Like if you fall below a certain grade point average GPA, grade point average, you can't play.
Yeah, I think it's a 2.3. I don't know what that means. Over here in terms of I guess that's a C or a C plus, I'm assuming.
No, like 4.0 is obviously like the full grade, which is like an A star or whatever. Yeah. I think 3.5 is like an A. 3.0 is like a B. 2.0 must be about like a C.
C, yeah.
C average.
I just feel like I know they give these criterias, yeah, but I think a lot of colleges, have put through or have let players who might not necessarily have had those right grades because of the program and gotten them like in. I don't know. I'm just speculating.
I'll tell you like this, like
no. I agree with that. Bad.
Yeah.
No, but the only reason why I say no is because like it's very difficult to drop.
Is it?
very difficult. Like the structure that high major Division 1 school puts in for you in place, like it's amateur, but it's not. Like you have to be at certain places at certain times. So you have extra study hall, you have tutors, you have like it's very, very difficult to fall behind to the point where
You're not
getting, and it's not like you have to be, like I said, like a B or an A in
star,
every class. You know what I mean?
Just
like,
pass. Yeah.
And you pick your courses, not like you're picking the toughest courses. You know you're here one and
Oh
done
yeah,
or
trust
two
me.
years.
Hey, some of them classes them lot are taking.
Okay.
Some type of sports class, this and that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you're saying it's difficult for an athlete in that kind of school to actually have.
You actually have to not care
Okay.
and not show up.
Yeah, the only difference I would say with that is where I know she moved from regular classes to online classes because she's struggling with drawing too much attention on campus. So that is a new issue with the new NIL deals, with some of these young youngsters becoming stars and then managing that, which is normally you'd manage that in the pros, but because college campus is feverish as well. So I do kind of see where that could become intense. That's maybe something they need to look into as well.
Do you think the NIL deals are a good thing?
It's fucking amazing.
Come on, bro.
Bruv.
No, it's a question.
No. I'm not
It's a
like.
question.
That's why I haven't got. I think it's like, bro.
Like if you're being real, like yeah.
No, I think it's a good thing. Don't get it
work
twisted.
harder.
It's a question.
Yeah. No. I'm not having a go. I'm just like, bro, like it's a no-brainer.
yo,
It's a no-brainer.
relax.
Like they're making them like
All the
literally.
sports that's
4
not
years.
black athletes in America, you don't have to go to college to play professionally and do all
That's
this
true.
stuff.
Only
Be in
NBA
the
and
army
NFL.
before you can be a pro in the NBA. All this stuff makes no sense. Yeah. It's funny, and the amount of money these colleges make, you know better
Trust
than all
me,
of us.
jeez.
It's ridiculous. They're
Like
selling
even
your
making
shirts.
it like they said that basically our it's funny that you talk about obviously the urban sports or whatever, but our basketball team and our football team when I was in college funded the whole sports
That's crazy.
athletic department for every sport.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's
That's
crazy, bro.
crazy. That's crazy. That's
Like,
mad.
that's what people don't realize. So like that's how much revenue we bring in. So like whether it be like right now Washington, they're like 10-0. Like this year, they're like 10-0 in the Pac-10, like in the college championship game and stuff like that. Like us when we was there, we went to like Sweet 16s and whatever it may be. So like everybody's watching, like all of that. George Mason, the year that they went to the Final Four years ago,
Okay.
they went to the Final Four. Their incoming freshman class or whatever, like the applied, like the kids that apply from high school or whatever, quadrupled the year that they went to the Final Four.
Makes sense though.
Do you know what I mean? So like that's all like university income. You know what I mean?
Quadrupled.
Yeah,
So your income from your sports program
is doing all of
pays
this.
for all
And
the other programs and scholarships.
And you're telling me you can't.
You can't
and-
even accept
man,
the
them are
sandwich.
going. You know what I
can't
mean?
even accept the
Man,
sandwich
them
or
are
you're
going
ineligible.
hungry at night. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. Yeah,
Understand?
That's crazy.
I think NIL deals is probably one of the best things that ever happened.
But I think the whole situation about, because I feel like college players have always been stars, really. Like I like from what I've sort of seen, and I feel like now it's just, well, they're stars now that can earn. Like look at the Fab Five. Like look at Chris Webber and them man. Them man were like they were like cult from high school. Them man were cult stars before, like, and you're telling me they couldn't earn. They were like, you know what I mean? Like it's mad.
Not only are you telling me I can't earn from my name, image, and likeness, you're telling me I can't even have a job when I can't feed myself.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
that's
you don't have time to be honest. You don't even have.
Yeah, that's
I know,
For
but,
being real.
but it's
But
still a slap on the cheek.
yeah.
But like, what it is, what's crazy about the whole situation, like, is that people don't realize you're stopping people from making money who potentially, like, you can be a great college player and not be an NBA player.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
you're starving these guys out of potentially millions,
Greg Oden,
but
would be the case.
100,000. But it's not even that.
Yeah.
Guys like, I would say like, guys like he made it to the NBA, but guys like Tyler Hansborough, he's not going to be a max player when he got to the NBA and do that. He's a hustle guy. He'll be at the end of a bench. He could squeeze in a roster here and there. But if there was NIL when he was in college, he would have been a multi-millionaire.
Make
Do you
more
know what I
money
mean?
in college
In
than
college,
than
and he
his
could
first couple
yeah,
NBA contracts.
Yeah.
Or even a man that gets to the NBA gets injured straight away, like Greg Oden.
Yeah.
He could have made a
He
lot
could
of
have
money in
been
college.
on his way. There's a guy right now that's at North Carolina. Baycott. He was he's one of the biggest NIL deals or whatever in boys basketball. Now, they were talking about him going to the NBA last year. He was like, oh no, like I'm gonna be if I do get picked up, I'm gonna be a second round pick. Contract's not guaranteed. I can go back to uni and I'm gonna be a star in college basketball and I'm getting NIL deals. Of course I'm gonna go back to school. Doesn't make sense.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, cool.
And then
So-
going back, sorry, I just want to say, if you was in that situation,
Hey!
you might not have had to go to Europe.
And
your
the
friends-
situation, for real. I didn't even think about it like that, but yeah, for real.
Yeah.
No, real talk. Because even like, just now playing in Africa, they had the MBA Academy that's in Africa. They had a big showcase, a whole bunch of colleges, a whole bunch of high schools, a whole bunch of potential MBA scouts and stuff were looking at some of the kids. One of my old, a guy that coaches now at my uni, seen me. He was like, "Oh, NBA, I remember you." Having conversation, and he was like, "Yo, this NIL stuff. Not gonna lie, if you and Isaiah was back then,
Yeah,
like what
yeah,
you
yeah,
pay, you guys would
crazy.
be easy high six figures."
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I remember.
Don't remind me,
You know
bro.
what I mean? I remember the ramen noodle days. Like.
All right. Cool. There are some big games in the NBA this week. Starting with tonight, we've got Golden State and Suns, Bucks Celtics, Kings Pelicans, and the Mavs Lakers. I'm going to ignore the Golden State game because I think the Suns will win that quite easily. The interesting one is Bucks and Celtics.
That is an interesting one.
Yeah.
How do you think? What do you guys think? How do you think that's going to go?
I think Celtics will take it, but I was watching Mavs v Bucks the other day. Yeah, watching Bucks play Mavs the other day, but they brought out Giannis and Dame. Yeah, that bruv. The last sort of 6-7 minutes of the fourth quarter, they went off. They went off. So I don't know. Like it's been an up and down like relationship with their. Not necessarily. I don't know. Maybe it's a fitting issue, or if they're really like connected properly, and that takes time. They're two superstars. Giannis has never played with a superstar like Dame ever.
Yeah.
So the dynamics will change a little bit, but I don't necessarily think that they've super gelled yet. So in my opinion, I would, if I had to pick, if I was doing a little parlay, I'd pick Celtics.
Fair. Ash?
Yeah, I think Celtics got a bit more continuity. They know their order of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I think defensively they got enough to wrap up Dame. So then now it's can we create a wall for Giannis, which I think they can. So and like I said, Drew Holly's got the inside scoop on.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Those kind of things.
Drew is
Different
on a
coach,
mission.
though.
Drew's on a mission.
Different coach though, isn't it? Bucks.
No,
talking about
but I'm
the
talking about
Bucks,
players' tendencies.
Okay.
Players
Yeah.
still have the same tendencies.
Yeah.
So
Fair.
yeah.
Drew's on a mission though.
Drew's on a mission because I think I read somewhere that he said he didn't know he was going to be traded. He didn't want to be traded.
Yeah.
He tweeted. Or
Did he-
said
or was it- did he
something-
tweet- did he
said
tweet it?
something the day before, like I want to be.
I bet, yeah, I want to be
Yeah.
a Buck for life. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
And then he got traded.
And then he got
24
traded
hours
the next
later.
day, yeah.
And then
Crazy.
the same thing with Clay. Like Middleton looked like he's not recovering from that
Yeah.
the knee stuff. So
Mm.
that's a big
Cool.
hurt for the Bucks.
Then on Friday we've got, I think this is a big one, Heat versus Knicks. They're both really two informed teams at the moment. How do you guys see that one going?
I don't know, you know. I couldn't pick that. I don't know. I really don't.
I don't like the Knicks, so I'm going to go Heat just because I don't like the Knicks.
Well, you know, Kane's going to be watching this classic
Yeah,
right
so
now.
don't-
Yeah.
I think that's
Shout out
a
Kane.
bigger game for the Knicks. I feel like they need to play like a seasoned veteran team and kind of not get bullied anymore. And Randolph needs to turn up and start doing stuff against the.
He started to turn up, bro.
He
He started to turn up. He started to turn up.
Yeah, because I feel like his confidence is just it goes when he plays like the real big boys in the East or in the playoffs. So hopefully he can fix that this year. But I would go with the Heat.
Fair. Well, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. Both them teams be boring to watch. I keep it a buck, yo. Like I watch a lot of
I
basketball.
was like, hey, see now watching that. Well,
You
let's
know,
see
like,
the highlights.
you know
Let me
what
check the
I mean?
let me check the highlights.
I'll be watching all the other games with the first 3 quarters, then I might check the last 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know. I ain't watched much, but what's the name's out though, right? Tyler Hero.
Tyler's out.
Yeah,
Hero, yeah.
he's out.
But hey, they've won a few games recently with him out, so
Yeah,
Bam's been going crazy.
yeah.
After
So-
I badmouthed him.
like you heard you.
Yeah.
Like you heard you.
And what's Jimmy doing? Still no sharp Jimmy.
Nah,
He's showing up.
He's been showing up.
Yeah.
Jimmy's
He's not like playoff Jimmy.
Jimmy's
not
not
playoff
He's just-
Jimmy.
never
but
does
it's
that in the
just-
regular
yeah.
season.
What he needs to do.
But I feel like because everybody's made such a big deal out of playoff Jimmy now, everybody's watching him regular season
Yeah.
and realizing he don't do like
Yeah, he doesn't
but
do that.
do shit.
He doesn't-
But like he
wait
just
till the
don't be,
playoffs.
you know what I mean? He just
Though he
like, I'm gonna
flamed-
chill.
Although he flamed out the last playoffs, though he was.
Yo, you get to the finals,
Yeah.
you're allowed to flame out with the squad that you had
Grab the
around.
first 2 wins.
He's not Bron, boy. He can't just carry you 4 guys.
Yeah.
That's true. Then on Saturday we got Mavs Clippers. Obviously, Luka has been bossing Clippers' ass every time he plays.
Kendrick Perkins is gonna get. Kendrick Perkins has got to get that belt out again. He cannot lose to Luka.
Yeah. I feel like Clippers are going to play different. I feel it's going to be a different game.
Do you feel like, obviously, I'll ask you this question actually. Do players actually look at like media and stuff and see what's written about them and
Oh yeah, they hear it.
take it
They
like.
hear it.
So with Ash saying that Kendrick's Perkins, I don't know if you've seen the clip.
Yeah.
He put it on his belt. Yeah.
He put it on his
Yeah,
belt.
for
Do you
sure.
think Clippers are going to
The
go into that
Clippers
game
or what's his
thinking?
name? But I feel like what can you actually do to stop Luka?
That's a fair question.
You know what I mean?
You can't stop.
Like it's different. Like when you're going against like a Giannis, you'd be like, let's put up a wall. Let's do this. You know what I mean? But for Luka, I'm like, what do you actually do?
It's not just him. It's Kyrie. Kyrie's
As
Kyrie
well.
as well. Kick out Kyrie.
You know what I mean?
The shooters are
it's
shoot- the
it's
shooters are
not
shooting.
Like
that.
you got even what's his name coming off the bench, Tim Hardaway Jr. He's averaging like 18 a game
Bro,
or whatever
crazy.
it is.
The other day he had
But
a
he come
streak.
in, but
Yeah.
he be coming in and flame throwing like he be shooting more shots than Luka sometimes in the first quarter.
Saying, yeah.
Is KCP over there?
No, he's
Yeah.
Denver.
Denver.
Seven,
that's
the Nuggets,
Denver.
yeah.
But it's not even like the reason I say the Mavs got them on toast. I think Mavs will win because
They played him already. Sorry.
Yeah, and that's when Luka
Yeah.
Them this year already.
Yeah, that's why Kendrick made
I was
the
gonna say-
joke.
when they play them again, it's like, all right, if Luka or Kyrie draw the double team, whoever Harden's defending, that's who gets the ball.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yo,
Hey, that's mad disrespectful.
yeah, it's disrespectful though.
That's
It is,
disrespectful.
it is.
That's
that's the
crazy.
game. That's the coaching game plan.
But it's disrespectful. We're basically saying Harden is he's just what?
He's a cone, yeah.
Yeah, he's just there to stand there.
I've seen him getting involved in some defensive plays recently. You know?
But how many though?
Like you know, like some like
The
Like-
perimeter,
no, in the paint. I've seen him like try and
in the
at
paint,
least
that's
try. I've seen him like the efforts changed a little bit. I think they'll be getting onto him there because all their stars are defensive players. All their stars are two-way players. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get onto him a little bit, like unless they like appreciate like, look, we know you don't defend. We're not gonna ask you to defend in year 14, 15. Do you get what I'm saying? But he's gonna have like because everyone always used to say Kyrie couldn't defend. And I feel like I've been watching a lot of Mavs games recently. Even last year when they didn't play good, they flamed out. Like, bro, Kyrie gets involved in
Oh, you
defensive
love
plays.
Kyrie,
he
bro.
defends when he.
We say?
You love Kyrie, bro.
But no, bro, forget about my love for Kyrie. I'm using Kyrie as an example. Tell me you haven't seen him play like,
Nah, he
like
does-
def-
he does-
defense.
he
Like,
does-
bro, like he's getting involved.
does.
Like, do you know what I mean?
He does.
Even the other day, he gave away like it was a stupid. He gave away. He was defending. I can't remember who was shooting. It was Dame. He gave away a 3-point play, bro. He gave away a 3-point play, and that is. It was annoying because, bro, you're not defending properly. But at the same time, it's like, look, at least I like to see the effort.
The effort's
like
there.
to see. Do you know what I mean? You're seeing it.
Monday we've got AD versus Embiid, Lakers, 76ers.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, to make sure AD needs to not get bullied
What,
again.
what do you mean by come on, bro?
No, I'm saying no. That's pretty much like
You need to not
it's
get
gonna be.
bullied.
What do you think I was gonna say? Like what Embiid is gonna? What
Say
James?
this.
What do you think I was gonna say?
It might
I
as well-
don't know. I'm not.
No, I'm
might
saying
as
like,
well be Embiid versus LeBron.
I'm saying that anytime AD plays like
Step
a
up.
all-star caliber power
Big,
forward or
yeah.
center, he doesn't show up.
You think he'll show up this game?
He's got to start showing up sometime. You know what I mean?
I think Embiid's gonna cook him.
But Embiid cooks everybody.
yeah,
That's also
Facts.
fair. And then finally on Tuesday we've got Golden State versus Kings. Obviously, this is the whole Steph versus Fox debate. That we
Kings. Next.
don't be just.
Golden State have had their number recently, but Draymond won't be back. But
No, he won't be.
Fox got to win, man. He's got to win.
Will Steph be back?
And like 4 or 5 games.
Yeah,
before
that's
they were-
back.
back.
He's back.
Yeah, shy.
Okay. Yeah, it's like
Gave him the business and posted about it.
Put him on skates, bruv.
And posted about it.
That's something we should even talk about. Is that disrespectful?
Yeah.
What?
Like,
Yeah.
well, we say what? Like, you don't know what happened.
What's disrespectful? Tell me what.
Like,
I don't know. Didn't see.
What you didn't see?
Didn't see.
Shai put Steph on skates,
Yeah.
and then posted it.
I remember I asked this question before, or maybe I did ask in the group, and I said, "Is it disrespectful?" Because we're in the age of social
Yeah,
media.
but
Yeah,
that's crazy.
highlight.
Yeah,
highlight,
but
highlight
is it
generation.
disrespectful? Because I think
Can
it
I ask
was.
you a question?
Go ahead.
I understand where you're coming from, but you can't post something and it's not just one picture. Like he posted a slideshow.
No,
like all of them swipes.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
hold on,
All of them
Man,
swipes
like a
were all
carousel.
Steph.
Wait, hold on. But my point is, this is the age we're in, and this is down to what we said in the group, or what I said to Amps, is that obviously when you have someone like Clay, for example, doing the 4 rings and
That's in person.
and you're saying, yeah, wait,
Sorry,
let me
my
get
bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're saying, right, that's weak from Clay to do that, but that's the age we're in. Like you just said, Shay has put Steph on skates, and he's posted all over
Alright,
it.
but look,
That's
but
different,
look,
bro.
No,
I feel
why is
like-
it different?
but
All
look,
I heard
it's
is
so-
I'm the number 1 point guard in this league now.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. That's how the energy he came
facts.
with. That's the
Facts.
energy he
And
came
Steph
with.
ain't gonna forget that.
And then, yeah,
Of
that's
course
why
not.
it's going to
Yeah,
be
Of course not.
interesting.
Of
I thought
course
you didn't
not.
see it.
Steph saw that.
You see,
But
Steph, you see
we're
Steph
giving him 50
chipping
next
in.
time.
It's no different, bro.
Yeah, but I feel like even Clay though, Clay doing this, blah blah blah, has come and spoke about it afterwards. Was like I was in my own feelings
Yeah.
at the time. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's manned up and said, you know what? He was
So-
busting my ass.
Yeah.
It was in my own
So
feelings.
is it disrespectful to post?
Like, yo, that's a thought process, bro. It's like, yo, I'm picking this one.
Bro,
This
Is
one.
it this?
bro, like, come on, like, it's the way he posted as well. Look, like, bro, come on, man, come on.
You know,
You put a man on skates in real life, and then you put him on skates on your social media.
You know,
Like, bro, like-
because it's the ultimate respect and it's disrespect.
Yes, that's my point.
I'd say
I don't-
it's disrespectful.
ultimate-
It's still the ultimate respect. Like,
If he did that to
He's saying
Patrick
if
You're the
Beverly,
guy,
he did
but-
it to somebody else,
Bro,
he wouldn't
if he
care.
did it to
You're the
Patrick
guy,
Beverly,
is what
I'm the
said,
guy
yeah.
now.
if he did it to Patrick Beverly, he's not posting that, bro.
He probably would because the move was so crazy, bro.
Okay, but if
No,
he did,
it wasn't just one move though. That's what I'm trying. You're not.
Bro, there-
You're not
there
even
were
watch.
multiple-
Like after Bleacher Report, I went to Shaz page and looked for myself.
there's multiple ones.
like,
Oh,
I'm
nah.
saying he
It was
posted
the
himself.
move.
Wait,
It
wait,
was
wait,
the I'm bumping you. You
Yeah.
small turnaround jumper, then
Yeah,
freeze
nah.
frames.
Nah.
Steph done the same thing
Yeah.
to see. He didn't post it himself, but he did the same thing to CP3.
Yeah, but he didn't. Steph didn't post it though.
I know.
The blogs posted it. That's not. Steph can't do anything about that.
Yeah, but Steph doesn't need to post his own stuff. The media
But
do that
exactly my point. It's
Shay's-
different if
Shay
their
has to
man did
announce
it.
himself.
Shay's like, yeah, we're here
I'm
now.
really- okay.
for.
Well,
Small market and all them things.
maybe,
Yeah, he's like, you know.
You know what I'm saying?
maybe he is the number 1 point guard in the league. We'll see.
That's what the NBA said. He was the number 1 first team. That's what it says.
Oh, you talking about last season?
Last season, yeah, he was.
Okay, he was.
He
was.
had the right to say, I'm the
Who?
best
First
player.
team.
Shay was-
First
First
team,
team.
Yeah, he was.
NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
It was him and who? Him and Luca.
Him and Luca, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I think they put. Did they put 3? They might.
no,
I
no,
can't
no,
remember who was on it.
no. It was
They
it
did
was him
something
and
funny
Luka.
with Luca. Like they squashed.
Then who?
They squashed somebody into the shooting guard or
Do you know?
small forward
I
that shouldn't
can't.
really have been there. I can't remember.
No, because they probably did Giannis, Embiid, and Jokic. No.
It was. I don't think.
Oh,
Yeah, it might have
The
been.
point.
Yeah, it was them 3, Luca and Shea, I
Shay,
think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was Giannis. They put one of them guys like small forward. That
Yeah.
shouldn't have really been there.
I was going to ask you, Commissioner, like, can we eventually talk about this new All-Star setup?
It's back to East and West, right?
Back to East and West, and
Yo,
and
the West is brazy.
yeah, but it's back to East and West. What I didn't understand is it still the voting? Is it back to the whole?
I think the voting procedure is still the vote.
I think
No, it
it's
wasn't
still
back to the
regular.
voting. It was still vote. It was always
Yeah, no,
voting.
but my point
For the
is
starters.
is it still like? Oh, so it's not captains anymore.
No, I feel like
Is it
because
just
it's East and West,
East
you
and
can't.
West?
Yeah, it'll be
So
the-
I feel like you have to vote for the top 2 guards and the bigs or whatever, and then the bench is usual coaches.
Was that coach's pick? Yeah,
So a man like Wemby's gonna be an All Star.
it might not. Who knows?
It might not, you know.
He might not. You just
It
like,
just
bro.
depends on how he's going.
Yeah, Bron is the captain in the West,
Well, he will get the most votes.
Yeah.
and Freak's gonna be captain in the East.
Steph will get the second most votes.
Nah, Embiid might be captain in the East still.
No, it's gonna be Freak.
It's gonna be Freak.
It's gonna be Freak. I'm willing to take like I don't know.
Could be Tatum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tatum. No, I don't
Tatum,
think. I
nah.
don't think it'll be Tatum. You know. I don't think. No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, be one of them 3 anyway.
Cool.
They match up well, but the depth in the West, man,
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I said. We need 12 teams from the West in the playoffs this year. We don't need
these are 12 teams. No,
Like
that's crazy.
even that is something I've always thought about. Like the way they do like the conferences, and I've always said I feel like the NBA needs to get to a place where it's like postseason needs to be the best,
12 teams.
bro.
Or whatever. 16.
There's 16 best 16 teams.
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, I feel like
instead
certain
of
teams,
doing
instead of doing 8.
But I think also, but you also have to factor in that it's not like how, like, say for example, in football, you play a game at home and away against each team.
There's 7 games, and it's like if a man's traveling to,
Yeah, but
how they gonna do that?
It's,
Yeah.
it's,
No, I think you mean more
but
so,
there's that. But there's also how the standings are done. Like you, for example, Golden State are not going. You're only going to play your East teams twice.
Twice.
Right.
You don't play it the same amount.
Exactly.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So you
But
don't play
I
them-
feel like eventually it needs to get to that, because I just feel like
a lot of traveling, though.
certain teams. Well, I just think it's fairer that way. I know they're obviously considering like where the money's coming from, the viewers and stuff, but it just needs to get to a place where it just seems like it's a bit more fairer in it. See what I'm saying? Certain teams are getting into the playoffs. We know teams are going to be in the East that don't deserve to be there. See what I'm saying? Because and some teams in the West are going to lose out.
That's
Regardless.
Yeah, I just think it's something everyone's used to now. You know,
Yeah.
that
They can change it up.
everyone
And
doesn't.
they
You don't
can
even have to
change
say.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but I'm saying the West is very strong right now, but you don't know if it's going to be this strong in 5 years. So
True,
what you might
true.
change right now
Yeah.
or may have to be changed again 5 years
Yeah.
later.
I mean,
You
we-
know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean-
was speaking more to the point of everyone doesn't have this exact same schedule. You don't play everyone the exact
The
same
exact
amount of
same
time.
time,
Which is-
yeah.
That's a bit mad in professional sports. I think they need to take care of that before they take care of anything else.
That's fair. Just your point about the East not being as strong now as the West, but I mean the West has been strong for a very, very long time. If you compare it to the East,
Yeah.
even when Bron was in the East,
which is understandable, but I feel like it's more so this second because you got to remember 2 years ago you had KD and them in the East, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just talking about in terms of matchups and personnel
fair,
and all
fair,
of that. You know what I
fair.
mean? You've just had James Harden leave Philly, so obviously Philly is still playing well, but you're not thinking them as going to be an elite team in the league. You know what I mean? Just because of
I called it,
personnel.
man.
he did.
Episode 1, I said, get Harden out of there, let Maxi run like.
Yeah.
He
I called
did.
it.
To be honest,
But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I get it.
it's not as even Chicago. I know I was not here, but you know what I mean?
oh, he would kill you. He would,
I'm
but
careful. I'm careful when we talk about Chicago around
but
Io.
I'm
You
just
know.
saying, like, when they got Zach Levine, DeMar, and they brought in Vucevic, like, you thought, you know what I mean, they could contend. You know what I mean? So, like, obviously they haven't lived up to what people thought they were going to be, but like,
I didn't
Sorry,
realize
sorry.
with Chicago. Yeah, I saw it on Rachel Nichols and Boogie's podcast today. That after game 1, they had a team meeting.
team meeting, yeah.
Like for a team to have a team meeting.
Who did they lose to?
I can't remember the first game, but
Was it-
on the first game,
Literally
Charlotte
the
or
first
something?
game.
like that.
Well, if it's Charlotte, you lose to like Charlotte in the first game.
Then you have the
Yeah,
team meeting.
yeah.
Then it's like you got to start thinking, right? Is this actually gonna go well? I think now, like they're open for Levine to leave, right?
DeRozan too, apparently.
Is it?
Wow. Where do you go?
Where do you go?
Put one on the Knicks, put one on the.
That means they're about to blow it up then.
I'll take Levine at Golden State. To be honest, if you don't mind, I'll take him there. I'll send
Sure,
you.
another story.
I'll send you
Show
Clay.
them the loyalty route. Like,
Bro, you need, if you need anybody, you need Vucevic. You need a big.
No, yeah, true.
need a
I'll
big-
take Vucevic in a heartbeat. I'll take Vucevic in a heartbeat. He's my fantasy team. Speaking of fantasy, obviously I lost to Ash this week, but I feel like I was bumped because, you know, we needed extra IR slots. You didn't want to give them up. Yeah,
I've got more injuries than you.
bro. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yes.
We had exactly the same amount of injuries.
No, because I'll tell you why I got more injuries than you, yeah? The first game week I had to trade out Middleton, he was injured.
That's your bad pick, bro.
First day.
That's your bad pick.
Oh, but he just showed up as on right before the match, yeah? So that's no points. And Zion has had 2 back-to-backs in our game weeks. He doesn't play back-to-backs. So that's 2 games he's missed. He's out. He's not injured.
He's not injured.
Out, but he's out, though. So I've actually had more injuries than you, bro.
Yeah, I think Dyer almost picked up his first win. He started talking about.
I keep looking at it now, so
on Friday night.
I've been getting killed. Like, but,
Yeah, then
but in my
by
defense,
Sunday, by Sunday,
Me against you.
it's me against you and all.
Nah.
What? Man said, am I beating you yet?
pause.
Pause.
Wow.
Hey, yo.
I know you was ahead of me the first.
Yeah,
first
Jokic
got ejected.
Yeah, I'm still ahead of you still, and like all my players are playing today. Every single one of them. So I need to just obviously rejig that a little bit. I don't know what's going on with Donovan Mitchell.
No, he's out.
He's out. Yeah.
Actually, no, he's back. He's back still. He's back.
Is he back?
He's lying.
He's lying, bro. He's out, bro.
This is what I'm saying. And here's NBA. This is the madness, yeah. By the way, he's the commissioner.
He's the commissioner.
He's the commissioner.
Hey, yo,
I'll tell you how. Now we need to go back to the roots here, just to explain a little something. Yeah, commissioner done the draft. Yeah, the draft. How are you the commissioner? You set up a draft and you got number 1 pick
Twice.
He said he done it. He said it was a randomized button, and he got number 1 pick. Come on, bro. Like, you know what I mean, like that.
I didn't even want the number 1 pick. I feel like it's a disappointment.
If you didn't want a number 1 pick, why didn't you just press the button again?
Because that's cheating.
I was like,
So,
what is this? Is it like
if it landed on you and I press it again, you would have been like, oh, cheating, right?
It's not like I get the first pick every round. It's a snake draft.
Yeah,
Bro.
so you
yeah,
get
we
fucked.
know that.
Yeah.
We know how it works. We know how it works. I think he knows how drafts work.
Bro, who's your number pick?
Joker.
Joker. Exactly. So everyone,
yeah,
you
bro.
think anyone else would have picked anyone?
Think about it. Like, your number 1 pick is getting you 80 points a game, bro.
No,
Like,
it's averaging 65 points, bro.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I felt bad, so I picked up Van Fleet and Zion. And
You didn't feel bad, bro.
I felt bad. I
was
could have had
rude.
Kyrie and Sabonis. That might have complaining these men were doing.
That was
No one wanted
bad.
Kyrie.
That was bad picking, bro.
You didn't want Kyrie?
I'll trade Kyrie. Who's got Kyrie now?
I told you that was a
Kyrie's
bad trade.
averaging
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
45.
It was a bad-
I was gonna do a madness.
It was a
I was
bad
gonna trade away Chet for Kyrie.
It was a
Man,
bad-
I said, what you doing, bro?
Bad trade, bro.
That's a good trade.
Nice.
Not Chet for Kyrie. No, bro. In fact, forget about the
Kyrie's
player.
averaging
Player,
45.
Forget about the player.
What's Chet averaging? How many points?
Chet's not averaging 45.
How many points is he getting me though? Like, and Kyrie hasn't
Kyrie's
played.
getting more points.
But
missed a couple
Kyrie
games, Chet hasn't
misses
missed a game.
games, and then you have to remember your average is based on the games you actually play.
Yeah.
So Kyrie's missing games.
Yeah, okay.
So that's why his average is a bit higher. And then when there's games where, like for example, he'll score like 15 with 2 assists, and
Yeah.
stuff, and then Luka's gone off. But Chet is steady throughout every game.
He's had more than 2 assists every game. He's never got 2 assists, bro. Like, don't put that down. Like, be careful how you talk about Kyrie.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
You see what I
Kyrie's
mean?
my
He loves Kyrie. Just to round it off, obviously Amps and Matt both got 100% records. Amps is 3-0, Matt is 4-0. Other Ash is 2-1. I'm 2-2. I'm on 500. I'm on a bye week at the moment.
You can stop there. You don't have to talk about. You ain't got to say my record.
At the
I'm
bottom,
like,
at the bottom,
what's going on?
conspiracy 0-4.
Oh, great. Oh, that's great.
He doesn't play.
He doesn't.
No,
play.
I don't care. I'm not trying to hear
and
that.
Dio is 0-3.
Yes.
But
I'm about to.
What happened with you? Why did you drop Drew Holiday?
So I looked at what I had. Yeah. To be honest with you, I dropped Drew Holiday for. I can't remember who I dropped him for, but he just wasn't giving me the points I needed, bro. But he's not the number 2 scorer. Like, he just wasn't getting me.
what's mad though, his average was higher than anybody's average that was left.
Who picked him up?
The guy with the best record. Bro.
But yeah, Matt
You've
Dix.
killed us.
Who?
The guy with the best record.
Who's that?
Matt.
You've killed us.
Yeah. And do you know what's so mad about Dio?
Check if the money that he gave me is dropped.
You know what's mad? You know what's mad about Dio? Yeah, Dio is 0-3, but he should be 3-0.
Yeah, it should be.
He's got the best team. He had the best team.
I got Chet. I got Wemby.
Yeah, Chet and Wemby.
Yeah, mad. I couldn't believe it when it came out. I was like, right, no one's. I think I picked Wemby first,
Yeah, he did.
and then I was like, right, no one picked up Chet. Take the boy, man.
But whoever's got Halliburton is killing
Cooking,
it.
yeah.
He's killing it.
Cooking, man.
He's
That
killing
game the
it.
other day, man. That
157,
that was.
157,
Yesterday, that
155.
was last night,
Yeah, it was last night.
37 and 14.
Yeah.
I told you about that guy though. That what's his name? Jalen something on the Hawks. He's like a 6'9"
Johnson?
shooting forward. Jalen Johnson, I think.
Johnson,
Yeah, man. Because I forgot to draft him. I was supposed to draft him. That was my secret pickup. I was telling these man, I got a guy that I'm gonna pick up. I forgot to draft him. Luckily, he was still free. I picked him up first week, so he's been
Great.
doing wonders for me.
Excellent. Well, that's a wrap for today. Matt, thanks for being there.
Thanks for
I'll
that, bro.
definitely invite you back for the
Oh yeah, I'm here.
for the MJ Bron debate. Don't come and kill guys, please.
That's a 2-hour episode, you know. That's a 2-hour episode.
We'll do it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Are we throwing randoms in there?
Oh yeah, we can. Obviously. So the debate is actually who is the GOAT. That's the debate.
Okay.
Obviously, most people would go either MJ or Bron. But if you have something else or a case,
I feel like
someone
the
else.
agent of chaos.
If you have a case for someone else, you know.
I've got Agent of Chaos.
Quickly, like just going around here real quick. Who's your goat again?
MJ.
Who's your goat?
MJ.
Who's your goat?
Bro.
What? Who's yours?
My goat. We know.
All right, do you know what?
We're going to say Kyrie.
No.
No. You know what's mad? You know what's mad? Dio,
Nah, Matt, respect me, man.
you know what's mad? Yeah.
Someone said, who said Paul George was their goat one time?
The young boy, Brandon.
Bro,
Miller.
he's smoking, bro.
You know
Yeah.
what's-
But that's his goal. Let him
that's
be.
it, let him be.
You know what I mean?
Let him be. But
You know, I want to say one thing about that.
good.
Being a player and getting older, you start to notice so much difference. So I'm not surprised that he would say something like that,
Yeah.
to be honest. Because I have conversations now with young guys that are growing up, and they look at me like, who the fuck are you? Like, why are you talking? And I'm like,
Do you know who I am?
that's how my mind says it. But I'm like, all right, cool.
Like, yeah, I mean,
Like,
no,
you know what
I hear that.
I'm like, you want to go to the States? You want to do this? Da, da, da. I might
Alright,
have
cool.
a conversation with a couple of the youngsters
Yeah.
or whatever, and they probably have no clue, like
Bruh.
that you have been to the States or went to high college, or if somebody mentions, oh, you know, you went to school with Isaiah Thomas, they're like, the one that played for the Celtics, how? Like, what? And I'm like, it's funny. But
No, you're right. Their view is limited.
it's
Yeah,
so
it is.
crazy.
Yeah,
It's so crazy.
NBA centric.
Yeah.
Especially, just want to say about the whole MJ. MJ is still my goat. He still is. But I really now I'm starting to understand why people would go with Bron and the arguments that you make about Bron. Like,
By the way, I think Bron's the goat. As
there,
well, yeah.
there is a lot of credit to it. Like, I'm looking at a man playing at 30. I'm older than Bron. Yeah, like I'm older. I'm
And
looking
you
at
was a
his-
starting point guard in his school, yeah.
Fuck. I was about to swear there. But anyway, I hate you so much. But I'm looking at Bron play.
I can just imagine back in his team. You know the singlet? The white singlet and the Flintstone.
Oh my days. Oh man.
But yeah, I'm watching a 38-year-old man play like he's still 21, bro.
Yeah.
That is crazy. But that is crazy. But as I said, that's a wrap for today. Matt, thank you for being here, boys.
Where can they find you, man?
NBA Live 11 on everything. Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Yeah, NBA Live 11.
You still playing?
Yeah, just trying to find the right situation. I'm at that age right now where I don't just take whatever. I've had a few options and offers and stuff like that, so
Cool.
potential's still there, but I haven't had anything jump out to me that I want to take, and I'm just working some stuff off court right now in at home.
If you ever have a game in London anywhere, we would definitely love to come in.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
What
absolutely, man.
Looking to go into coaching?
It's tough. The reason why I say no, it's not even like that. Like, obviously, as a pro, you get accustomed to a certain type of living lifestyle, whatever you want to call it. I just don't think they have the backing and whatever it may be in this country for coaches to be at super high level. And
I was just even talking just for like just kids, like
but
just even
it's the
into
same
them.
thing.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. Obviously, at the end of the day, it's a job, innit?
Yeah,
You know what
True.
I mean? So, like, like I said, I've got a couple of things that I'm working on off court. If that gets handled and gets pushed, it's passive income. So then I could potentially be like, oh, I want to get into coaching, or I want to do this or whatever, because I have more free time where I'm not worried about being an adult, you know, income and all of that stuff. So,
Facts, facts.
Last thing I want to say is it sounds like we need a Top Cats documentary.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
You, Chisel, and all these other guys need to get working.
Yeah,
yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
facts,
definitely.
facts,
Definitely.
Yeah.
facts.
Well, from what
That's crazy. That's crazy because that would be epic. And it's mad that you said that, yeah, because I actually thought about that as well. But yeah, nah, that needs to happen.
Yeah.
That needs to happen.
Definitely. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Matt, thanks for being here. Boys, catch you next week.
Yeah, peace out.
Peace.